What's the meanest thing a doctor or nurse has said to you? 1. 1 year ago I got bit 3 times by a copperhead. The ER staff was mocking me. I said I was very nauseated and asked for something to throw up in. I also was sweating profusely. They laughed and said you're just having a panic attack. I not so nicely yelled, well, you would be panicking too if you just got bit by a copperhead 3 times. I proceeded to throw up all over the hallway and even managed to hit a few nurses with some. The drive came in and refused to even look at the picture we managed to catch before the snake slithered away. She refused to contact the state snake ID site or poison control. I was just drug seeking or overreacting. She refused transfer to the nearest trauma hospital over an hour away. My hubby helped me out to the car where we decided to drive me to the trauma center. When we got there was a swarm of people immediately taking care of me, starting IVs, calling the trauma surgeon, drawing blood and more. They looked at the pic of the snake and said, yep, that's a copperhead. Because I had been bit in the big toe twice and the heel once, they carefully evaluated the degree of swelling. My entire foot was swollen. Swelling was now above my knee heading to my upper thigh. Poison Control recommended antivenom because the bite now involved 3 joints. The fact that I'm diabetic with nerve damage to my feel was also a big factor. The local drive said my diabetes didn't matter. The trauma center was worried about me losing my leg. I was immediately admitted to trauma ICU where I got 4 vials of antivenom costing $83,000, not counting anything else, in the total bill of $103,000. I stayed 2 nights and was released to home. I needed a walker for about 2 months. I could only wear oversized Crocs for a cool of months due to the swelling. I actually got married wearing the Crocs and changing into oversized flats for the pictures. I notified my local hospital of being admitted to trauma ICU and needing antivenom. I never got a response, but I did get a $10,000 bill for 2 hours in the ER. Sorry, I can't find a picture of my foot. The meanest words were the RN saying you're just having a panic attack. 2. A few years ago I was really sick. I kept getting UTIs like 2 or 3 times a month. I had gone to doctors who had dismissed me as having too much sex or that I didn't clean myself well after the bathroom. Neither was the case. I eventually landed at urgent care again on a Friday evening in tears because I had yet again another UTI. Thankfully the doctor eased nice that night and she sent me home with antibiotics. But something was wrong. A few days later my right side was hurting and the antibiotics weren't helping like they should have. The urgent care doctor called and said she had made me an appointment with a urologist in town. He was the only one available on short notice. My cultures had come back positive with a strain of E. coli called Espal. It was resistant to all oral antibiotics and I needed to see a urologist ASAP. So I went to the urologist and I was emotional because I was scared. They made me do another sample and after I tell the doctor why kidney really hurts, he told me to stop being hysterical. That the urgent care doctor didn't know what she was talking about and I didn't have an infection. I just needed to go on a diet and lose some weight. He even referred me to a psychiatrist. Well, freaked out I went home and my boyfriend took me to the where all they could do was refer me to an outpatient clinic for a 7-day course of shots for an antibiotic called Invance. I went got the shots and kinda felt better, but something was still off. 1 week after finishing the shots my BF says you rolled to hug him and I burned him. My